Okay, today what we're doing today on our live stream is, of course, that's what our channel's about. But of course, due to certain recent events, the biggest thing on everybody's mind is channel growth and subscribership, views and watch time. All these kind of things are very important right now. But we still, of course, want to stick to our major theme, which is cars and the car shows. We're going to go over today what we've been doing and what we're planning on doing with the channel. And then we'll go into doing shout outs. And after that, we'll do channel reviews. So hopefully by the time we get into shout outs and channel reviews, there'll be plenty of people in the chat. And now, talking about cars and stuff, of course, most all our videos are cars and car-related stuff. I'd like to see a lot more comments about the particular cars and questions about the cars and details about the cars in the comments. It was the same kind of chatter we get involved in at the shows and at the cruise-ins and those sort of things. And
kind of like a forum for expanding on subject matter and learning more.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, because even I learn a lot about the vehicles, from having those conversations with other people about their cars and about the cars that we're videoing and looking at. So, and I'm sure everybody else learns a lot that way too. So we want to continue that, and we want to see more of that in the discussions underneath the car videos.
And if anybody has any interest in cars, obviously, we would like to be able to come out and look at them and talk about them and give them their 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, actually, if you want your vehicle videoed or something, we'll have to talk to you about that and set up a meeting either at a cruise-in or a car show or somebody nearby, or you'll have to bring it over here. But we'll go over that if you're interested in getting your vehicle on a case-by-case basis. You'll have to contact us. But be that as it may, we're going to continue to go to car shows. We're going to continue to video people's cars. We're also going to be going to some car museums. So if you are unable, for whatever reason, to go to any of these car museums or any of these shows or anything like that, but you still want to see what's going on there, then just subscribe and stick to the channel, and we'll take you with us.
And it's free.
Yes, free for you. But we appreciate y'all taking us to places that you go to as well. We've been looking at a lot of your other channels and seeing a lot of things. A lot of people have drones and they do drone shots. A lot of people have like four-wheelers and they go out mudding. And we have one mud mowers. I believe that's, what is the name of his channel? Mill Hill Mud Mowers. Now, I guess that's our first shout out, but he converts riding lawnmowers and does the four-wheeling things with them, and it's a very neat channel. You should check that out. And it's something I really don't have time to do, but every once in a while I like seeing something like that. And okay, the stuff that we've been doing and the stuff that we're going to do. Well, of course, we were talking about that a little bit. Car shows and more car shows.
And more car shows.
Yeah.
Cruise-ins and museums. Yeah, that's basically what we do.
And most immediately, we have just come back from the World of Wheels in Birmingham, which was about 3 times as large as the really large World of Wheels in Chattanooga. Upstairs and downstairs, full of vehicles, nice vehicles. Some of them are the same vehicles you see at the other World of Wheels.
You know what shocks me is they really don't know what insurance they have.
Yeah, some of them actually literally don't remember the name of their insurance companies and stuff, insuring their cars, and they don't know what kind of coverage they do too. But then, and I guess you would know a lot about that, an insurance agent. And I have seen her save people a lot of money, but mostly give them a lot better coverage on their cars.
I like to save
because
people
they don't
money
realize
and
just
give
how
them better coverage.
right. They don't realize how little, and I went through this struggle myself with my own show cars. I don't have as many show cars as I used to, but I did go through this struggle and being afraid to even drive my cars once I'd put a certain amount of money into them, time and effort, and they got really nice. Regular insurance company just does not cover much of anything on your car. If it's an older car, I mean, you can end up in a situation where somebody hits you and they have got no insurance and suspended driver's license and all that kind of stuff.
I've seen vehicles that were,
and the insurance company tells you, oh, well, your car is an older car, so here's your $2,500. And by the way, you got $1,000 deductible too. And then what are you going to do? The $30,000 car, or even if it's just a $6,000 or $7,000 car.
well, the other day, there was a gentleman who had a brand new truck, and he bought a new, what do you call the part where the pickup part of the truck with the back?
The bed?
The bed, yes.
Okay.
He bought a new bed and put it on. Don't know why he would do that after he already had a bed, but he bought another bed.
I think he was getting the tool bed is what it was, with the tool boxes on the sides and stuff.
Okay, well, anyway, that's
And they
what he
didn't want to
did,
give him the
and
value for it.
Allstate wouldn't insure it at all.
Oh yeah, it didn't qualify for the Allstate insurance because it was modified. All right, so which is a good company if you got regular vehicles and daily drivers and stuff like that. Really good company for that. And as a matter of fact, I use them. But for classic cars or modified cars, like what his situation with that truck, and it was modified, it had a completely different bed on it, special use bed. You run into two problems. Either you don't qualify at all for insurance under something, or the insurance, your value of your truck may be quite a bit more than it would be without that bed, because you paid a bunch of extra money for that specialized bed.
And they don't
yeah, and if you get into
notice it, they don't recognize it
as an added value unless you go to a company like the Haggerty that you sell, and then you can coordinate with Haggerty. They're very good about, you coordinate with them, let them know what modifications and stuff you have and what added value you have, and then if anything happens to your vehicle, that stuff is covered and you can get replacement cost for what it would actually cost you.
Yep.
To replace everything, including your mods and everything. So then you can drive your vehicle without having to worry about, are you going to be able to replace it if something happens to it? Or are you going to get full value for it? So moving on, one of the other things that's kind of
contact me for Haggerty. No.
Oh yeah. One of the things that we've learned so much when we're talking about, we have been adding here lately, until we launched the other page. We've been trying to help all our subscribers out with, improving their pages as well, even though it's not quite car related. TubeBuddy has been an immense help to us for our page. And if we don't have a link in the description now, we'll put one in there. But and on our other videos, if it's not in our live stream, link is not there in the live stream, you can look at one of our other videos. There's a link to TubeBuddy in there. Now, TubeBuddy is an application you can use on any platform you're using, whether you're doing your phone, you're doing your, like we are, we're on the laptop or a PC or anything. You can get TubeBuddy for it, and it really helps you out with your YouTube channel. It allows you to do things that you can't do without it, and it allows you to do some things in bulk. Like if you're trying to change something on a bunch of your videos, and like us, we've got hundreds of videos, and you want to change something in bulk, you don't want to sit there and one video after the other for hours changing one thing on each video, when you can use TubeBuddy for that. Plus, TubeBuddy has a whole bunch of videos about how to do these things, which not on this channel, but on the Sane Enterprises channel. When we launch that, we're going to start doing videos on how to use the TubeBuddy for these particular tasks, and other information on how to grow your channel, how to run a business, because we both run businesses for years. And I mean, I can remember at some point in the past when I was making $40,000, $100,000 a month. Well, I wish I was doing that now, but we won't get into that right now. But it can be done, and you can do it from nothing, because that's where I came from. I mean, and I not only didn't get handed the business down from generation to generation, but I didn't have anybody in the family that could help me out or bail me out by giving money or anything to prop up the business or send us to college or anything like that. I just had to go from nothing to something. And we'll get into that on the other channel. We won't get into that here. We can stick to our car stuff here. And
we're going to have a collab, maybe.
We do. We have been talking to somebody about doing a collab at Hot Rod Madness. So if you've been enjoying Hot Rod Madness on YouTube or any of their other platforms, and we have already talked to Tim Bearden over there and William Burns, which I'm excited to talk to some more, especially William Burns, because he's been doing the filming and editing and stuff for their page.
And we're going to sit down and just have a chat with them one Saturday.
Now, they do car stuff as well. Their style of filming the cars and stuff is a little bit different from our style, which I think is great, because
diversity is wonderful.
Absolutely. And so if they've got a couple of the same vehicles on their page that they filmed at different times, the same vehicle with the same people. And so you could get a different perspective on the same vehicle by watching our videos and watching their videos. And also that puts us in a position where we can learn something from them. They can learn something from us. Y'all can get more variety, and what we learn from them, like I said, we'll be trying to pass on if we think there's anything useful for y'all when we're talking about channel growth and doing YouTube videos and that sort of thing. So I guess that's another shout out right there. We're already in the shout outs. Now, one of the things we're going to be doing in the future too, we've talked about, we said we're going to reveal some of the things we're doing in the future. So one of the things, we're going to be upgrading to a higher paid TubeBuddy, which will allow us to do even more stuff and improve the channel even further. I guess you've probably already noticed a lot of improvement in our thumbnails and other things, length of videos, trying to make the videos more interesting throughout so we can improve watch time. And of course, trying to increase subscribership.
And we've been listening to feedback from our viewers. And the feedback that I've heard the most is that they like the bloopers at the end.
Yeah, we've heard some good stuff about the bloopers. let's see.
So what are we doing now?
Right now, I'm actually going to give a shout out to and send a message to, let's see here. My brain does, y'all bear with me, my brain doesn't work as well as it used to. I have so many
Sweetie, I've
irons
known
in
you
fire.
for 30 years.
Um,
Love you to death.
Professional student. See, I just needed to let my brain work again. Professional student, and I'm going to try sending her a message now to make sure she knows that our live stream is on and working. She has been helping lots and lots of creators get noticed and improve their subscribership. So, in future live streams, we're going to, another thing, we're talking about things we're going to be doing in the future. In the future live streams, we are going to try to maybe have something in the background or to make it more interesting. In the meantime, one of the things you can do if you're watching this on replay is hit the shift button and the greater than key. And that fast forwards and makes it speed up a little bit so you can get through the pauses and the ums and the ahs and the, you know, when I'm doing something on the computer and the boring bits and speed it up a bit to get to the point you want to see.
Too fast.
Well, then we just talk like yes, we would. Who knows? We might appear that way now.
Well, I hope that we are, the sound is live too.
Okay, and until we get a lot of people on here, let's go over some of the shout outs. We have now Roger Bailey. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's another one. And we had already mentioned Hot Rod Madness with Tim the Milkman Bearden. And I think you find his channel by just putting in Tim the Milkman and to find Hot Rod Madness on YouTube. And Hot Rod Madness on your browser if you want to find his Facebook and stuff like that. But Roger Bailey is in the UK. He also does car videos. And I don't know exactly how many different ways you can film a car, but apparently there's quite a few different ways you can do it because Roger Bailey's technique is quite a bit different than Saneauto method and different than the Hot Rod Madness method, and you should see that. And he's got a good narration voice, a really good narration voice, and tells a lot about the vehicles. Definitely worth checking out. Roger Bailey in the UK. Okay, yeah, you should say something about that. You want to take that one or?
Well, this weekend we were at the World of Wheels, obviously, yesterday, and had the great pleasure to run into Ed McMillan.
Which we have filmed his car before.
But we weren't really pleased with the footage we got the first time.
Yeah, because there was some corruption in some of my video, and a lot of that video I couldn't use.
So we videoed it again, and we actually got a lot better footage.
Yeah, but we don't want to give away too much because it's going to be
the
awesome.
original
it's going to be an
It's not,
absolute
it's,
masterpiece.
yeah, it's, but I wanted to give a shout out to Eddie, and let everybody know that M&N Custom Upholstery is the place you want to go.
Right now, and Eddie McMillan is a big part of the reason, you know, he got more involved this time with the videoing that we did. And a lot of the things that he did, you're going to want to see, is it made the video so much better. And I don't want to give it away. Like I said, don't want to throw out any spoilers here, but you're going to want to see that video. It's going to be
awesome.
Multiple times better than
the original Hulk.
The Hulk video that we did, the Hulk car video. And that's what it is. His is the Hulk mobile, the 71 Barracuda.
Yeah, that's
so,
not
and
that,
so and Mopar fans, and that brings up another one. Mopar fans like RT and stuff. That's what I was going to do. I was going to look up his channel. But all you Mopar guys, you want to see that. It's going to be a good one. Wish I had a list of all the Mopar guys. Just shout out most of them. It's got a really good Mopar community, really good car community. RT Life. That's another shout out. RT Life he's, if not the center of the Mopar community, he is like definitely one of the pillars. Excuse me.
Bless you, sweetie.
First blooper. So,
Cold coffee.
All right. Now, RT Life, he's of course got car stuff on his channel. Lots of car stuff, and it's Mopar stuff. And he's even got some verses, like the Demon versus the Hellcat, SRT race, insane drag strip, burnouts and runs.
Well, that's a different way to go.
Yep. Dodge Demon dyno results. How much horsepower does it really make? Those kind of videos. So different and great. Which I like. I mean, I really like that we have all these different channels with such a different take on the car community.
Yeah, everybody from the outside looks at it and says that there are so many car channels on YouTube, but
yeah,
they're all different. They all have a different take. They all
different style, and it's so, you know,
it's diversity. And
exactly. It's not necessarily saturation of the market. It's because everybody has their own style, and there's so much diversity. So it doesn't really matter that you have what a lot of people would call saturation in the automotive pages. And, you know, it's still, and even if there was saturation in the automotive pages, there's other types of pages and stuff, like gaming, for instance. There's even more saturation there. But that stuff also has the same kind of thing the car does. You can still make a successful gaming channel because there's so many different games out there. And if you make your channel specific to a certain type of game, it's like making your channel specific to a certain type of vehicle, like RT does with the Mopars. He's specific to the Mopars. And then he has his own style of how he presents those Mopars. So there's just infinite ways of exploring this stuff. And you can still make a good car channel, and you can still make a good gaming channel. You can still make a good, I've seen a lot of the ladies that have crafting channels and stuff.
You can make a good channel, period.
Right. And you can make your channel that you've already made. And if you're looking around and you're thinking, you're just now realizing that a lot of people are making a similar channel, you can still make your channel great.
And unique.
Mm-hmm. And still be doing the thing that you love to do by putting your same spin on it. And you don't have to worry about, did somebody already make this video? Well, because somebody might have already made that video that you're planning to make, but that wasn't you that made it, and it didn't have you in it, and it didn't have your input in it, didn't have your style in it. So it's still going to be
you.
Exactly. It's still going to be different
and unique.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
has anybody showed up for our live feed yet?
let's look back on our.
We have lost our audience.
We ran them off.
Yeah, we couldn't get
with car talk.
We could get it together.
Well, it took us so long to get our live working that the people that were waiting to see our live stream while it was live went on to other things, and then we finally got it working. They were already gone looking at other stuff. But if you're watching this in replay, there's still good content here. I'm sure you've noticed by now, by this point in the stream, you've noticed that there's good content in here. And if you're getting bored with some of the empty spaces in between the good stuff, hit the pause and the greater than, and you can make it fast forward.
Well, I think that this is a good.
And you can hear us talk like chipmunks.
I think this is a good first effort.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say goodbye, farewell.
Well, one other thing I wanted to mention on that was the non-car related, that was the help for the channels and stuff. And I want I shout out for let's see, who was it? For James. What is his last name? Look up his last name here. Our page. Well, you tell them about some of the cars that we saw, the makes and models of some of the cars that we saw that we videoed at the World of Wheels this weekend. What a long, strange trip it was.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about the drive. It was horrible. I mean, I will not be taking that trip again anytime soon. But when we got there, we saw some very wonderful vehicles. I mean, they're just too many to describe. We were over on Mustang Alley because there was this one section in the back. Don't know why they put them in the back, but they were all in the back, downstairs, in one little corner, back there.
Well, that corner wasn't little.
Well,
it looked little because it had so many Mustangs in it.
Yeah, and then it also had Optimus Prime in it.
True. And then it was fun. We didn't get a lot of video, but it was fun watching the kids. There were members of the 501st, the Star Wars clone troopers, and the kids were shooting them with Nerf guns. Yes. They were shooting them with Nerf guns, and that was funny to see. They were having a blast. And some of those kids had really good aim, too. So you want to tell them some of the types of cars that we filmed?
Lamborghinis, Ferraris, what didn't we film? A Jeep.
That Jeep was, yeah. You're gonna want to see the Jeep video. There's something very unique and funny about the Jeep, and
I
yeah,
got to play with it.
yeah.
Scare little kids. And I found a wrecker that is 5% of all proceeds from the truck go to a cancer center,
Breast cancer awareness.
and it's painted pink for breast cancer. So I just recently lost a friend. She lost her battle last week, unfortunately, and it really touched me. And I think it's really awesome. I hope that Wrecker has a lot of work, maybe to save the next person. Anyway.
Okay, so something to mention here. One of the things I do to do the shout outs is I look through my comments, because most of the people that we're interacting with on a regular basis, we're putting comments on each other's videos. That's one of the ways we communicate. And I do like to give shout outs to people to help them out and everything. Like Chatter Girl, she's here in the comments, and she is one of the ones that does give a lot of shout outs and help, as well as the stuff she does on her channel. She's like cooking and things like that. She does support the community around her, and I'm really have a hard time remembering names. So if you want me to give you shout outs and stuff, you need to be in the comments frequently. Because especially if I'm doing a live stream here, I'm looking through trying to find your name so that I can shout you out and help you out. If you haven't been commenting for a while, if you're just, for lack of a better way of putting it, if you've been ignoring me for a while, it's hard for me to help you. So stay active in the comments on the videos, and it's a lot easier for me to shout you out. I guess you've also noticed too, if you follow us, that I do remind people in the videos and the descriptions that if you comment frequently on lots of our videos, I give shout outs on our next videos, which we're making videos continuously for people who are doing that. Now, James Cox, there we are. He actually did comment. I went right past it one day ago. And he's very active on other platforms as well. And he's been trying to help get people together to help people improve their channels so they can get more watch time and improve, what they're doing to try to get more subscribers. A lot of us have a problem where we have plenty of watch time, we've got plenty of views, we've got a large audience, we're in the same boat, but 99 point something percent of our viewership was non-subscribers, and we were trying to convert some of those people into subscribers. We have managed to get that to where it's 97 point something percent is non-subscribers that are viewing. That's still a lot of people not subscribing, and so we're still working on that, and we've learned a lot about what to do about that. And I'm sure most people watching this need to know that too. So shout out to James Cox. And James Cox could not be here for the live show today. He wanted to be, but he's working today. He's at work today. And again, TubeBuddy, if you're trying to improve your channel and you need help with improving your channel, get TubeBuddy. That's what we use. We use TubeBuddy. It has helped a lot. And it has made a lot of things that you need to do in order to improve your subscribership and your watch time and everything else a lot easier to do.
Precious, a beautiful Ford 1950. It has thousands of
She's translating Spanish for me.
He liked it and he subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, that's
Jose
Jose
Antonio Portero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he has a picture of a drone as part of his stuff. So let's go. This will be our channel review here. Jose Antonio Portero. Now, first off, he does have background art on his channel, which is great. I've seen lots of people don't have a picture on their channel at all for background, and you need to have that. But the one thing I see wrong with that is that it's a beach, which is great, but in the middle of the picture, the part that's going to show on a cell phone, if you're looking at his channel on a cell phone, which most people do nowadays, most people are consuming the YouTube content on a cell phone now, his channel art's going to appear up here in a little banner, and only the middle part of the picture is going to, which means what they're going to see is nothing but water, nothing but just plain water. They won't see the beach at all, and they won't see the beautiful condos and stuff over here. They won't see any of that. So moving on. And I will say he's got a few more subscribers than I do. So I'm not trying to be, our amount of views per video here seems to be about the same. And the videos look really beautiful. Now, I'm not going to be showing other people's videos on here because I don't know what's in them when I'm showing them. And there are lots of which I don't see anything wrong at all with this stuff on his videos, but I don't know what's going to be there until it's already played, and I don't want to be any kind of shock value and stuff on there, anything that's going to endanger our channel to be on there. Now, again, he's showing beaches and beach views, and there's a whole bunch of beautiful sailboats here. It's like they're getting ready to launch out in the water. Maybe going to have a boat race, and it's all done from the point of view of way up here with a drone, and it looks like it's really good high definition. He's keeping the camera pointed on the subject matter where you can see really well. Oh, and then he has great transition between frames, and now the boats are taking off down the water. Yes, it looks like a good boat race, and it's about a 6-minute video, and it looks really great. And I applaud you, Jose. And then there are quite a few comments in the video. So he has cultivated an active audience. Now, let's see, is he replying to his audience? Because that's one thing I really do a lot, and I would highly suggest that you do. And he is doing the same thing we do. He is replying to almost every comment on here.
Well, that's just
It looks like he's replying to
courtesy.
them very quickly. Yeah, if you want to get more and more viewership and you want to cultivate your audience, then you need to pay attention to your audience. You need to engage with your audience. Um, if somebody walks up to you on the street and starts talking to you, especially if they give you a comment on some work that you're doing, which is what people are doing when they comment on your video and they give you a compliment about your video. It's the same thing as them walking up to you while you're at work and you're working on something and giving you a compliment on your work. But you would respond to that. And so that's what he's doing here. He's responding to all these compliments on his video and stuff. And it looks like he's doing it from the time stamp that I can see on here. He's doing it right away. Okay, so thumbnails. Let's look at his thumbnails. All right, now the pictures on the videos, the thumbnails, it looks like he's got sometimes consistently his little drone image on some of them, but some of them not. Needs to continue doing that to tie them together. Most of them do not have any, although they're beautiful pictures and they look like, you know, pictures of something interesting you want to look at and you want to see more of the drone footage of. There's no text. Well, there's a couple of them here that have some text. And I would encourage doing some more of that. Do some more thumbnail work, even though you got a really great start. Really good looking pics for the thumbnails of interesting things. But there's no text to tell you what that thing is or what country it's in or where it's at or any of that kind of information to help add to it. And so that's it. And I didn't see any call to action to asking people to subscribe during the video either. And possible I missed it, but really should be asking people to subscribe. I had to do that, and I know some of my earlier videos lacks that as well. Yeah, you're right. We need to listen to the music.
Well, we don't need to be listening while we're.
That's right. That's got to leave it off, because if it's copyrighted music and we're listening to their music while on our live stream, that copyrighted music could get on our live stream and then we're infected as well. And that's the way I like to look at it. Some of the stuff with shock value, some of the stuff with copyrighted music and copyrighted images and stuff like that is like an infection. You don't want it on your channel.
Professional student replied to you.
She doesn't see anything yet. So apparently our live may not be as live as we thought it was. Okay, well, that's enough for one day. We're gonna
close this down and investigate it further.
Right, and I give Jose Antonio a B+ on his channel.
I give him an A+ on content though.
Yeah, these are really good videos he made. And that really is the most important part, is having really good content.
Well, I need to go to the restroom.
Okay.
Excuse me.
We are done. Thank you for watching our live stream. Thank you for watching our repeat of our live stream. And we're going to try to do this again next Sunday at 2 o'clock, but better. See y'all at the car shows.